Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Eminence in Shadow Season 2 episode number 11 reaction. In the previous episode, what happened was Sid is off to find Rose because, Sid has been planning his whole plan about making Rose a tyrant while Rose is just going to get married. Obviously, that's not how it's supposed to go, so yeah, Sid is off to find Rose, and he meets Epsilon on the way, and he plays the Moonlight Sonata in front of everyone, and a few things happens over there. But the main thing is where he climbs up the tower or whatever to find Rose, and he met Rose at as Sid, and had a conversation with her. And yeah, it amounted to a little bit of they did have a little bit of conversation, but each were talking about their own thing. They didn't understand what they were talking about, and they each thought that they were talking about something else. So it didn't work out. By the end, Rose was like, no, I need to do this and that. But in the end, Sid stayed up until the end and saw that Asshat came in, and he kind of has a better understanding of the situation, and he is like, oh, let's switch to plan B then. Don't know really what this plan B is, but let's see what happens, how Sid does this, and how he takes care of the situation. So let us begin. This is episode number 11. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. So here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. What is happening here? What the? Is this like a training facility? Oh no, they're fighting against the. Okay, I was like, what's happening? Hmm. Hmm. What? Damn. Okay. Uh-huh. Piano. Oh, this time it's Epsilon. Right. What the? Who's that? Okay. Legendary tyrant. Yo, you're too close. What the? Okay, man. Oh my god, that guy. His special technique. Oh no, she's actually grabbing him. Yeah. He cannot. Oh god. What's up with this girl? It's intermission. Oh my god. Hey, substitution jutsu. It took me a while to get that he actually. Yeah. But I was wondering where did his. Oh my god. Hmm. Who? Oh my god. Wasn't he the one who. Oh. Okay. Yeah, she's saying something completely different. They're talking about that thing. The one that Zeta was talking about. While Sid is talking about probably Rose's mother. I don't know. I think so. That's what's happening. Oh, he's talking. Okay. Oh, never mind. He's not talking about the mother. Okay, there you go. Oh my god. Bruh. Well, honey? Okay. Mm. But oh my yeah. Okay, nah man. Yo. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. He's going to try to use that. Alright. Damn. Yeah, she hates her. Hmm. Well. Yeah, save your mother. Okay. What the? Where is that wind coming from? What is happening? Hello? What is this? Everything's closed. How the hell? But oh wait, that's where the wind was coming from. The- he's a man of few words, you know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, bro. Here we go. Yep, the truth. Oh boy. Why? Wait. Oh my god, she was involved in that as well. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh boy. Well, you have seen the truth. Okay. Yeah. Tyrant. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, your plan failed. Come on, Sid. It doesn't work like that all the time. Yeah. There's different way people, like take different things. Some people might lash out, some people might get. Mm. Oh boy. Hmm. Oh, there you go, the Moonlight Sonata. Is it Sid or is it Shadow? It's Sid probably. I think so. He was. Okay, man. Did you just? Okay, he carried the piano to the balcony. Hmm. Okay. um, I don't think he's talking about that, but damn. Where where is he reading all of this from? I'm sure he has some kind of a script. Is this some kind of a code for? Damn. Wait. So, um, did he just reveal that he's Shadow to Rose? Otherwise, how can you explain this? Will Rose realize, or maybe not? I don't know. He dropped it. I thought he had deliberately kept it. Oh my god. What the who? Hello? Um. Yeah, I was thinking, wait, where's the slime? Hey. Yeah. Oh my god, the duck is still drowning. Okay. Hmm. Oh, is that a time skip? I mean, not a big one. 3 days. Damn. Bro, what the hell? You're shooting the people. What is... Okay. The ring isn't there, man. But you know, like the funny thing, he transformed from himself to Princess Rose. Mary Rose integrate my blood into the. Oh, so yeah. Well, don't worry about it. Rose has it already. He's like, wait. Uh, maybe my eyes are playing strict tricks on me. Maybe repeat it once more. Come on. Yeah. Oh no, it's not out. Come on. Bro. Man, what can I say? Oh no, Mordred is here! Oh! Well, there's a bit of complication. Yeah. I just realized this is Dio's voice actor. Oh my god. Right, now what's going to happen? Oh, there she is. Ooh. Okay, one thing. He said that integrate. Like, technically, Sid is the one who had the ring and he gave it to Rose. He's still trying to find. So I'm trying to think if this means that he's playing the. He's still trying to find a ring. Bro, it's not there. Come on, man. Bruh. I do not. Yeah, you don't even have the ring, man. Shut up. Wait, the mother is not even listening. Oh, there she has it. She doesn't need it. Exactly. She can just stab you here. Yeah. Hostage? Ah, there is the ring that he left to me. Yep. Okay, so like I said, so is Sid going to be like, oh my god, the king? Oh, whoa, this was unexpected. I wasn't. Oh wow, that was smart. Mm, this lady, is she that dumb? Is she not understanding what's going on? That she might be incriminated. He's merely the doctor. Yeah, my daughter will. Yeah, there you go. That's all you need. And it's been broadcasted everywhere. So there you go. Oh, time to pack your bag and leave, perv ass hat. Or if you can, you'll be arrested very soon. Everyone's like, "Yep." All of them jumped ship so quick. Wait, you are guilty. Yeah, you still have the gall to scream. Is this lady dumb? I don't understand what's going on. Why is she that dumb? She's not understanding what's happening? Wait, who did that? What the hell? Rose wasn't the one who did that. What's happening with this lady? What's happening? Wait, what the? Oh, Mordred. Oh, he was the priest. Okay, you know what? Maybe not. I in the previous episode I thought that he was. Oh my god, he has the. I thought he was Iris's dad. Maybe not. There is no need for the possessor of the kingdom. Oh. Oh my god. Whoa, what the hell? What is that? Monster then? Oh, that's the Black Rose. I see. Bro, Sid, are you the one who's playing the piano? Fourth realm. Damn. Oh, it's a dragon. That makes sense. Ah, it's fine. It's light work for Sid. Sid can take care of this, or Shadow. Arc Fiend Ragnarok. Oh my god, just wait for Sid to one-shot it. I literally was just saying, I'm just waiting for Sid to one-shot it. Shadow's here. He's like, wait, what? Oh my god. He was waiting for this opportunity. Oh, bruh. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh my god. Mordred is like, the Archfiend Ragnarok. Bam, one shot. Okay, okay, you know what? I think I was wrong. I thought in the previous episode that Mordred was actually Iris's dad or something. Because it's hella suspicious. Like Iris's dad, they never show his face. He has red hair. And this dude, they also were not showing his face and he has red hair. So I was like, oh, maybe Iris's dad is Mordred, but I don't think it is Iris's dad. If it was actually Iris's dad and Mordred was the same person, he wouldn't show his face this easy. So I don't think that's the case. So I'm wrong probably. But that would have been a nice twist if actually, like Mordred was actually Iris's dad and he was the one who was doing all of it. I don't know, because I don't think they're going to reveal Mordred's face if he actually was Iris's dad. I don't know. But yeah, that was probably my like calculation. I thought that Mordred was, okay. Is that it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. All right. There you go. That was this episode. Right. That was episode number. Wait, what episode was this? 11. This was the penultimate episode of the season, I think. 12 is the final one. All right. Okay. So this episode. Oh, this episode was great. This episode was probably my most favorite episode in, this arc, this whole arc. Because yeah, like we get to see Rose actually standing her ground again, and like actually like saying, like what's that word, like the whole like truth was revealed and then she stands her ground, that whole thing. So that is why. Okay, so few things I have to talk about in this episode. um First of all, Sid, like at first Sid thought that, you know what I need to do is save Rose's mother, so everything will be fine. But then he realized what's going on, and then he's like, all right, so now what I need to do is show Rose the truth. That is the only way I can see her becoming a tyrant. And that's what he does. And what he thought, like Rose is going to become a tyrant, that is kind of what happens. Not really a tyrant, but like she does stand her ground and kill Asshat. Or I don't think, no, she didn't kill Asshat. Never mind that. Mordred is the one who killed him. But anyways, she still stood her ground and took out her sword. So yeah, and then there was a few things that I wasn't expecting. The first one is that Mordred suddenly coming here. I wasn't expecting that. You know, Another thing I wasn't really expecting was the ring. Like that Sid would actually um, like drop the ring, and Rose would find it, and then Rose would wear it, and like that whole. Oh, another thing I didn't expect: the recording. A few things that was unexpected in this episode. The recording was another thing that I was not expecting. So the king has recorded everything in case something goes wrong, and so he kind of like like he himself said that I don't really know what is happening. I told my wife to switch out my food. Still nothing is working out. I'm still being poisoned day by day. I'm getting weaker and weaker, and my like head is going like yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm recording this now, and I'm telling everyone to that I'm leaving everything to Rose, and she's going to lead you towards the correct direction. And okay, I think or another thing he said was like he blamed Assad. I think where's that part? Just a minute, let me check. All right, here we go. Is this thing on? Is it recording? Here we go. I will carry out my final act as a king. And here we go. Attention to all citizens of Oriana. Hear this confession I may have already passed on. I feel my mind whittling every day. Soon will lose my senses. Here we go. The kingdom of Oriana is under the control of an enormous organization that backs him being Parv Assad. Yeah, so he says that. Obviously, he didn't have any clue why he was where he was getting poisoned from. He didn't expect his wife to poison him, so that's why he was like, oh, I told my wife to switch it out, but it didn't work. So that's why I'm recording this, just in case something happens to me. I'm telling it here that like Parv Assad has been like doing all of this, and yeah, like he's the one at fault here. And I leave everything to Rose. Now, what's interesting about this? Like, I was thinking, couldn't he have done this before? Couldn't he have just told everyone that, oh, Parv Assad is, lying, or he's in the wrong here? And now I think, even if he said that, things would have played out differently. The fact that he's actually dead, like, makes his words even more, I guess you could say, like, important. So here's what would have happened. If he probably told everyone while he was alive that, oh, Parv Assad is doing all of this, Assad probably would try to weasel out of the situation and be like, oh no, you're like mistaken, I'm not doing any of that, like, oh, you're a bit paranoid, like stop it, like that kind of thing. And he might have weaseled it out of that. Without any concrete proof, I don't think the king could have done anything. That is why he didn't say anything then, and he recorded this just in case if he dies, because obviously he knows that if he is alive, everything will be okay. But if he dies, he knows that things will go wrong. That's why he recorded this. In the recording, he said that Assad has been doing all of this, and I leave everything to Rose. So, obviously, unless and until he dies, the recording would not be used. So, if he dies and the recording is used and recording like plays out in front of everyone, then whatever he's going to say here will mean a lot to the people, because he's actually dead, so him being dead would mean that whatever he's saying would hold much more power and much more weight. And especially since he's the king, people like obviously like people like he's dead now. So people listening to that and hearing from the deceased king who recorded this before that, oh, Parv Assad is the one who did it, they are going to completely believe him. And like that's what I'm trying to say. Like like the fact that if he was alive and if he said all of this, I feel like Assad would have a lot of ways to get out of the situation, without any concrete proof. But the fact that he's dead now and his words are coming out now, that in itself is a big proof. And like it proves that yeah, something is going on, and someone was actually poisoning him. And since he's saying like it was Asshat, everyone will believe that. Once he, like, if he dies, and since he's dead now, people will definitely like all look at and point fingers at Asshat now. So I think that's most likely what happened. Because I was thinking, like, couldn't he have said this before when he was alive? Probably wouldn't work. He would need proof. But now that he's dead, that in itself is proof. And whatever is going to come out now, everyone will actually listen to it and they'll believe it. And that is what's happening here. And in his like final words, he said that Asshat is the one at wrong here, and I leave everything to Rose. So these two sentences, will hold huge meaning. Like the people will all point their fingers at Asshat now, and Rose will become the leader. Everyone will accept Rose now, because it is the words from the late king. And as soon as this happens, every single noble who were probably had their bets on Asshat and who was working with Asshat to curry favors from him, every one of them jumped ship. They're like, oh, we cannot stay in this ship anymore. This ship is like sinking. Let's jump ship and go to the other one. And that's what they do. They just jumped ship. And everyone was like, oh, Asshat, you're the one at wrong here. We don't know anything about this. And everyone like, and make the situation even worse for Asshat. So there you go. So that's what happened here. Another thing, I'm so confused. Is like Rose's mother, is she dumb or something? I don't understand what's happening. She didn't understand what was going on up until the very end when he saw Asshat's head in front of her. At first, she didn't clock what was happening. Now, I can understand that, like something crazy is happening in front of her eyes, and maybe she was so flabbergasted, it took her a while to register that. But before that, while the whole message was playing, and like when everyone was pointing their fingers at Asshat, she was literally just sitting there yawning, and there was like one person who came towards her, and he was like, where's that part? He's like, Your Majesty, we need to get you to, while she's like, oh, is it still not over? I'm like, what's wrong with you? Are you not understanding what's happening here? Like, what the hell? I'm genuinely confused here. Is she that slow? She didn't understand what's happening? Did she not understand that if Asshat gets incriminated, and if he becomes the, everyone, points their fingers at Asshat, like she's at plenty trouble herself as well, Probably she didn't realize that. And the fact that it took her a while to realize what happened to Asshat, all that stuff, I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, are you, like, what? Like that, I don't know why, but that is just so comical. Like, the fact that she was just sitting there and yawning while all of this is happening, not even thinking about the future and, not even thinking that, oh, I might be screwed. That's hilarious. I was actually thinking she was going to panic or something. Literally nothing. She was sitting there and yawning, and nothing was probably registering in her head. She was literally she was probably just zoning out or something. I don't know. Oh my god, what the hell, man. Anyways, right. And then obviously Moderate comes in, and he's like, oh, it doesn't matter who who is in the possession of the ring, as long as this and that is connected, and the signal, all that stuff that he says. And then he says, Ragnarok, what was the name of the dragon? Whatever his name was, something Ragnarok. He's like, oh, this thing, oh, Archfiend Ragnarok is going to destroy everything, ha 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 ha. And I was like, yeah, anytime Sid is going to come and one-shot it. And that's literally what he does. And Mordred is like, wait, what? What's happening? This isn't how it was supposed to go? Oh my god, that's funny. Right. And that was what happened in today's episode. Great episode. Now, next episode, I don't know what's going to happen. He Sid literally one-shotted Ragnarok. So I'm pretty sure Mordred would be... He can also probably one-shot Mordred. But I doubt he's going to do that. We'll probably have a fighting scene. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is what I think. Maybe it'll be Rose who's going to fight Mordred. Yeah, you know what? That seems more likely. I feel like this is what's going to happen. Shadow will probably, Shadow defeated the dragon, and then he would probably be like, "Oh, Rose, you have to seize your own future with your own two hands." What do you want to do? Do you want to sit down and just twiddle your thumbs? If not, if you want to do something, become a tyrant and and fight your enemy in front of you or something like that. He's probably going to like say some kind of a some kind of like stuff like this. He's probably going to say, and Rose probably will get motivated from that, and she'll probably start fighting Mordred, and then we'll probably have a fight between Mordred and Rose. I don't see Sid fighting Mordred. In no way is that happening. He literally one-shotted a dragon. Who the hell is Mordred? I'm sure he can one-shot like Mordred as well. So I think if that's what happens, if Sid fights Mordred, it'll be a pointless battle. It's probably going to be Rose. Rose will fight Mordred, and Sid will probably be like, "You have to do this. You have to catch your future with your own two hands." Something like that. He's going to say. I don't know. Like that's what he does usually. And yeah, I think that's where this is going to go. I might be wrong, but let's see. All right. So yeah, that was this episode. Great episode. And let's see what happens in the final episode of this season. Okay, now I'm going to talk about this episode scene by scene. In the beginning part of the episode, we get to see Zeta in their, like the facility thing, and she was looking at that thing that I don't know what it is. Like, what was it called? Right. Wait a minute. Let me check. Does she mean? Oh, the item we're looking for. That I don't know what that is. It's like a weird like thing, looking thing. It has been carried off. I love how Zeta's like, oh, this means Oriana's done for. But fast forward to the final part of this episode, she literally one shots the dragon. Well, since since Sid is here, I don't think anything's going to happen to Oriana. She just one shotted the dragon. Right. So, oh, I guess Zeta does say here that everything will be as our Lord will said. So yeah, she was like, you know what, Oriana might be doomed, but who knows what our Lord will do? Maybe he will, he with his infinite compassion and grace is going to help out Oriana from from reaching its end or something like that. She probably was thinking. She was like, yeah, it all depends on our Lord Shadow. If he wills it, Oriana will be fine. If he doesn't, it's doomed. And yeah, that is exactly what happens. I don't think any of the person there, any of the person over there is would be capable of fighting that dragon. Even the shadows, even the seven shadows, I doubt any of them could have done anything to the dragon. At least that's what I think, because Zeta was like, oh, it's doomed unless and until Shadow does something. So that means that they couldn't do anything to it. That's how strong it was. So yeah, at the end of the day, it actually amounted to, if Shadow defeats it, then everything will be fine. If he doesn't, then everything will be doomed. And that's what he does. He does defeat it in the end. So there you go. Everything is fine now, I guess. And yeah, so okay, now after that, next scene we get to see Shadow is thinking that, oh, Rose's mother has been captured, I need to save her, and then maybe Rose will get one step closer to becoming a legendary tyrant and all that. And then Margaret comes up to her face completely, and she's like, okay, I don't understand what is she trying to do? Is she trying to get him to I don't know, like I don't know, like make connections with him because he's so talented in piano? I think that's what she's trying to do, isn't she? Like she's trying to take him into her and her family's, because obviously since he's such a great piano player, and it could be, he's like literally a prodigy. Maybe that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to bring him in towards her family, so that obviously he becomes famous, and then they'll become that kind of thing. I think she's trying to do. So I love it's funny how she's like, there's a creepy guard wandering around. That guy, I remember him in the previous episode. Oh my god, this part. Margaret was grabbing his hand so strongly. Even Shadow's, ultimate technique of like taking his hands out of like difficult situations failed. He wasn't able to do anything. He was trying his best to take it out, and nothing was happening. Um, okay, here we go. This part. From that scary stalker and from the woman who claims to be your master but really wants to crush your talent. And immediately Epsilon comes in and she's like, oh, what are you saying? You're bad mouthing me, huh? And then they start like, and she also grabs Sid's hand, and Sid was like, what the hell am I supposed to do here? Not to worry, we have, the substitution jutsu. And he uses that. And obviously his dress was there, so he's like almost naked outside playing the piano, and everyone's just looking at him. They're like, what the hell is happening? But his piano playing is very beautiful, that's why everyone still clapped. Right. Okay, so here we go. So here Epsilon later on talks about the Black Rose, which is talked about through Oriana's history. So Sid was like, wait a minute, Black Rose? And he remembers that, those guys, the Goldie guy, I forgot his name, I'm just going to call him Goldie. That Goldie guy and them, they had the like the thing, the Black Rose insignia, the Black Rose Brotherhood. And he's like, yeah, that was kind of different. Okay, I kind of misunderstood that part. I thought, obviously, at this point of time, I didn't know what the Black Rose was. So I was thinking like, wait, so is she talking about the Black Rose Brotherhood? And then I was like, wait a minute, Sid was the one who did that, didn't he? Remember when he said like something like in the previous episode where he said something like the Black Rose, he's the one who was like ultimately the reason for creating them or something like that, in the few days he was here. Like he did all of that, that thing. I kind of remember it. I vaguely remember it. So I was thinking, I was like, wait, so Sid is the one who did that, didn't he? So obviously I didn't know at this point of time that Black Rose was actually the dragon. Yeah, that was the Black Rose, wasn't it? The dragon. I'm mixing things up again. I think so, yeah, that was a dragon. So I didn't know at that point of time that was what it was. So I kind of misunderstood this part. But by the end of it, I understand it now, what's going on. So Sid is like, no, that is some different type of Black Rose. This is a different one. Okay, so he's like, oh, it's here, isn't it? And Epson's like, oh, but it's too dangerous. And he's like, oh, but I have to get it. Okay, so he's walking and he's like, I am interested in seeing a Black Rose, but finding Queen Reina comes first. So obviously he thinks like Reina's a hostage, but then he goes and peeps in to the room and he sees, what he sees. I love how when Asad was calling her honey or sugar cake or cupcake, whatever the hell he was calling her, Sid was like, ugh. You see the utter disgust in his face? Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god, his face is like, ugh, that is just... Sugar Pops, bro, stop that. The hell is that? Sugar Pops, cupcake. Like, oh my god, that's just so... Right. So anyways, ignoring that cringe, yeah, Sid was like, so now what? This is a problem. So he's like, wait a minute, I can use this. Like if I show Rose this, Rose will go crazy and rage, and he'll become a tyrant. Just what I want. And he's like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So later on, we see Rose in her room, and Margaret just bashes the cup like that and just leaves. And Rose is obviously sad about that whole thing, and that she's like, oh, I'm doing this for my father. My mother is a hostage, because of that. And then she suddenly sees Sid is not Sid, but Shadow is sitting there. Obviously, Rose is terrified because technically she did betray Shadow Garden. So she's like, oh, have you come here to kill me? But Shadow is just keeping quiet. He's drinking the tea, and then he's like, "Come." I love how he's just doesn't really say much. He's like, "Come, follow me." Like just that. It like enough to like like express his opinions, but not too much. So and it's so funny. Sid is just so over the top. Just like everything. While Shadow is just like so minimal of everything. It's just like just funny. It's the same person, but they're just role playing so hard. Like it's just so funny. You could say that you probably Shadow is more closer to Sid's actual personality. Like the personality that shits so to everyone else. The over the top. Like Sid Kageno. That is more of a fake thing than the actual Shadow. Like the actual Sid is very like like man of few words as well. Shadow is also a man of few words, but Shadow kind of overplays that, while Sid underplays that so much, and he like makes like a completely different persona. So yeah, it's just role playing. Like two different, sometimes three, sometimes more than that personas. Right. Anyway, so he's like, "Oh, come," and he takes Rose outside the room of Asshat and um her mother. And like everything was like obviously like it was obvious what she was going to see. But then this part is like even more messed up, where her mother was like, "Oh, we should have oh, Rose should have been the first one we killed. um we have more work to do because of her." And I'm like, God damn, that is crazy. My God. Anyways, Rose starts crying, and like he's like throwing up. And Sid thought, or Shadow thought that, oh, now she's going to go crazy. She'll become a tyrant. She'll just start killing everyone. Like not everyone, but Asshat and her mother probably. And Shadow was like, oh, that's what's going to happen. But Rose collapses completely, like goes unconscious. And Sid is like, wait, this wasn't what was supposed to happen. But like I said, obviously like everyone has their own way of like taking grief. Like some people lash out, some people gets overwhelmed by it, and like that's what happened to Rose. Either way, now Sid brought her back to her room, and now after waking up, Rose is like, what should I do now? Like everything. I betrayed my organization, I killed my father, I wanted to become stronger. All of that, none of that, like all is for waste now. Like I can let me go back to my happy days. And she's crying, and then she says, Sid, outside in the balcony, playing Moonlight Sonata. And I'm like, what the hell, Sid? You brought the piano again. He did this before, remember? He did it again. He just carried the piano to the balcony. Oh my God. And I doubt he's the one. I doubt he would put it back in place. He just left after that. Come on, take the piano back. Who's going to bring that back now? uh, okay, anyways. Right, so Sid is playing the piano, and right, and he's just like saying some stuff. Oh, okay, before that, Rose was like, oh, you're the one who was always with me, so come Sid, let's run away together. But then Sid is like, I like this piece of music. I can see the world properly. And he says, I've divided the world into two categories: things that I care about, things that I don't. And he says, I've cut loose from everything else other than the things that I care about. And Rose is like, wait, you care about me that much? Obviously, that's not what he was saying, but Okay, so he says, the static clouds the world and hides the things that matter. It is so easy for people to lose sight of what's really important. If you ask me, the world is too bright. You see too many things, and that's why you lose track of what matters. That's why I think the elimination from the moon is just right for our world. It makes everyone look more closely so they don't lose sight of what matters. We just need to stand in the moonlight, only seeing the things that matter. That is all. And so in this world lit by the moon, what is it that you will see? And that is why he likes the Moonlight Sonata. And then he leaves. Okay, so all jokes aside, this was actually such a deep quote, I have to say. The quote is quite deep, I like it. It's a thought-provoking quote. Not thought-provoking, I would say, but it's a very nice sounding quote. It's a sophisticated quote. It's something that I really like. But obviously I don't think Sid is the one who said all of this. I'm pretty sure he read it from somewhere. I don't know where he read it from, but probably from somewhere. But anyways, but yeah, the quote was really nice. All jokes aside, all clowning aside, haha, Sid, all that aside, the quote was really nice. I really like the quote. It's kind of interesting. It has enough depth to kind of just think about it. But anyways, the funny part starts here. I thought that he deliberately left the ring there. Rose finds the ring and Rose grabs it. And then next we see he goes to the hot springs and he's like, oh wait, where's the ring? Did someone steal it from me? I'm like, oh my god. So he dropped it there. He didn't even intend to leave it there. He just dropped it. Oh. Oh my god, that's just crazy. Right, then Epsilon comes in and starts washing his back and all that. And he's like, oh, if Rose has the power to stand back up again, he'll be, she'll be fine. And, okay, where's that part? I have given her the key. If she has the strength to pull her up, the banner of rebellion will rise on its accord. Obviously, he's not talking about that key, but more of a metaphorical key, I think. Epsilon is like, the key? So you're the one who gave it to her? That's why we cannot find it. I'm face palming. I'm like, yeah, obviously, typical, Eminence in Shadow. Characters misunderstanding Sid. While Sid has no clue what the hell he's talking about. Right, so 3 days later, they had enough time to, as Sid says, to gather her feelings. So it's the day of the marriage or the wedding, and Asshat is in front of his dressing room in the front of his mirror, and he's like, oh, everything will be under my control, ha 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 ha. The king, he made it so. Oh wait, I'm going to read this part. I need to understand this. Here we go. How could I have known that he would risk his own well-being to tamper with the ring? He transferred ownership of the ring of succession from himself to Prince Rose. Okay. The moderator told me that in order to become the owner of the ring myself, I will need to marry Rose and integrate my blood into the royal line. Okay. Right. I cannot deny that is exactly how I'd expect an artifact to be. Wait, so he transferred his succession to Rose, and that is why to get the power of the key, Assad needs to marry Rose. Otherwise it won't work, because obviously the succession is on Rose. So it's more like the successor, the king or the queen who will rule the current place, they having the ring with them is going to work. Only then it is going to work. I think it's something like that. That's why Assad wanted to integrate himself into the royal family by marrying Rose, so that he can use the key. Is that what's happening here? This seems like more like this whole thing reminds me of the whole Attack on Titan, the royal blood, and the whole Titan and the royal blood, that whole thing, here Rose, Rose particularly, since she's the successor now, she and the ring needs to be together, something like that, she needs to have the ring, otherwise it won't work. That is why Assad tries to get into the family by marrying her, otherwise he cannot use the ring, something like that. Anyways, so he's like, yeah, I've won, and he opens the thing and the ring is not there, and he's like, oh, maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me, maybe I'm too excited, okay, let me close it again, let me open it back again. Opens it up, it's still not there. He does it 2 more times or 1 more time, and then he's like, bruh, where's the thing? And he tries to find he takes out his shoes and everything, and he's sweating. Hilariously enough, Mordred comes in at this exact point of time, the hologram, and he's like, "Oh, rejoice, asshat! You have, the 12th seat for your round is just waiting for you," and he's sweating. He doesn't have the ring. Oh, right. So he's like, "Okay, you know what? It's fine. I can postpone this. Like I can postpone this. We can do this later." And he's still trying to find it. Rose is there. Rose comes in. All the people are not happy with Rose, and obviously everyone's like, the princess is here, this and that. Nobody's happy about this whole situation. Rose is there. Rose comes in. Sid is playing the piano, and the priest is like saying the words, the things that he says. And when he says like, "Oh, do you vow to where's that part? Yeah, to have and to hold in sickness and in health. Do you vow, do you swear? No. Where's that part? Yeah. Aster is like, yeah, I do. And Rose is like, "I do not." And Aster is like, "Wait, what?" And yeah, and obviously he's suffering enough with the fact that he doesn't have the ring, and now Rose is like, "I do not," and he's like, "What the hell is happening now?" Like, when it rains it pours. That's exactly what's happening. So here Rose is like, "Oh, you're the one who's at fault here. You're the one who's doing all of this." And like I said, this is what I said. Assad is like, "Where's the proof?" And this is what I said. I was thinking, why did the king not reveal this when he was alive? But something like this would have happened, played out. Assad would be like, "Where's the proof?" But the fact that now that the king is dead, he has like a pre-recorded message saying that Assad is the one at wrong. The fact that he's dead is proof enough that it is actually true. Assad is the one at fault. So that is why the king's recording actually really helped out in this situation. If the king was still alive, it probably wouldn't have helped. Assad would still say something like, "Where's the proof?" But the fact that the king is dead makes this his statement so much more valuable. And in the king's death in itself is the proof that everything that is the king has pre-recorded is the truth. So that is why he cannot say anything now. And even Rose didn't expect this. Nobody expected this. I think even I didn't expect this. When she put on the ring, up until that point, obviously Assad was like, "How dare you," and what I was thinking? I was thinking, wait a minute, is this going to work something along the lines of "Oh, since Sid is the one who left the ring with her, and she puts the ring on, I don't know, is something going to happen because of that?" I was thinking. No, none of that happens. What happens is something completely unexpected. Like I said, the ring starts glowing and the whole thing pops up, and there's a whole projection, and the king has recorded this whole conversation, this whole thing, and he says everything. He's like, "You know what, I feel like I'm nearing my death, and someone is poisoning me. I don't know what it is. I told my wife to switch out my food, but nothing's working." And then he says, "But don't worry, if I die, Rose will be the one to take over. She's the one who I trust the most. She will be the queen. And Perv Assad is the one who is manipulating everyone and doing so many shady things behind all of your backs. He's the one at fault here." All these things he said. And like I said, since he's dead, that in itself is enough proof that everything that is said in this pre-recorded video is correct. And Assad has nothing else to say here in this situation. What can he even say? How can he defend himself here? So all the people sees that, not only in this country, remember those nobles, they were like, "Where is this happening? Is this happening in this place, or is this worldwide? Is that is everyone hearing this? Where's that part?" Okay, most likely even outside the capital. There you go. And they were trying to gauge. They were like, "Wait, if this is happening inside the capital, maybe we can salvage this. Maybe we can do something." But since there is broadcasting everywhere, they're like, "Oh, nothing we can do. Gotta abandon Assad. We're not in this. Yeah." And they jumped on Assad completely, jumped ship. And yeah, and everyone's like, and then in the end, the message, the king is like, like, I love you, like, my daughter. And the message ends, and Assad is sweating. Everyone is pointing their fingers at Assad. And like I said, I was so confused, not confused, I would say, but I was baffled to see the queen, that is Reina, whatever the hell her name is. She was just sitting there, like it was nothing really registering in her head. She was yawning and sitting there, like she didn't realize the intensity of the whole situation and the fact that she might actually also fall into trouble. And like her bodyguard or whatever, he came and he was like, come on, like, like, we need to get out of here. And she's just there still yawning and everything. You know what, screw her. What happens after this is another unexpected thing. Like, as his head flows off, I thought Rose killed him. Wasn't Rose, it was Mordred. And then the mom also dies. Her head flies off, and then we see that the priest is actually Mordred, who's wearing like a mask or whatever. And yeah, Mordred is like, okay, Mordred, the knight beyond men and the ninth seat of the rounds. He has the thing, and he's like, accept my heartiest congratulations on your key succession ceremony. Now I can finally open the door. And he clicks it. The ring reacts to it. There's no need for the possessor of the key, the user of the device, to be the same person. Yeah. All I need is the conditions to be right for the signal to reach the destination. And yeah, then the Ragnarok, what was the name? Archdemon Ragnarok or whatever. Oh, that is why it's called the Black Rose. There was like a rose, like, like the lightning and everything. It looked like a rose, when it was happening. That's why it's called the Black Rose. It makes sense now. And he says, like, this is the truth behind the legend. Monster who wiped out 100,000 Velgatan troops in a single night. The Black Rose. So it's also called the Black Rose. It's also called the Archdemon or Archfiend, like Ragnarok. And yeah, the dragon comes in and he's like, yeah, let the banquet of slaughter begin. And I'm like, oh, anytime Sid is going to destroy it. Okay, this thing is a freaking mecha, a mecha dragon. And Sid just one-shots it. Right. And Mordred's like, huh? What's happening? Is my ice playing tricks on me? And then Sid gives out a one-liner in the end. So here we go. Now there's a few things I need to, two more things I need to talk about. I forgot to mention it. The first thing, obviously, like I said, I do think what is going to happen from here onwards is that Sid is not going to fight Mordred. I think Rose will be fighting Mordred, and Sid will probably be something like, oh, seize your destiny, your future with your hands, something like that. He'll probably like burst out some one-liner like that, and Rose will then fight Mordred. That's what I think. Let's see if I'm correct. Another thing, that place, I forgot to mention this, where Sid was like playing the piano and Rose was there, when he says in the end that line and he disappears, I feel like that was enough for Rose to realize that Shadow is Sid. Like, we still don't know if she realizes that or maybe she suspects it, but I feel like that's plenty enough to at least suspect that, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? Sid was playing the piano and he then suddenly started talking about some kind of moonlight, why he likes, like how he has separated the world into something he likes, something he dislikes, something he cares about, something he doesn't care about. And then in the end, he just vanishes, disappears. What was that about? And there's that one part as well. The thing that he says was extremely, like, indicative that he is not Sid, he's Shadow. Where's that? The final line especially, where his voice changes, where's that part? And so, in this world lit by the moon, what is it that you see? These type of lines that he's saying. I feel like Rose should at least, even if she isn't convinced, or even if she doesn't, like understand the fact that, oh, she, like, or realizes that she's like Sid is Shadow, shouldn't she at least suspect at this point that something is going on? Like, she should suspect something at this point, especially after that scene. So I don't know. Let's wait. Let's see what happens. So that is it. That was my reaction to this episode. This was episode number 11 of the Eminence in Shadow season 2. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below. Anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week with the final episode of The Eminence in Shadow. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.